Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the final race of the evening. This is the big boys, seniors and masters division, although there's only one masters driver in the mix here. But this is the last race of the divisional championship. Tonight we crown a seniors division champion. Of course, we are going to rerun the entire masters division because we now finally have some numbers available to race with the boys. So we'll be doing the masters all over and hand out another Logitech hamper to the masters division as soon as we rerun their race. But here we go with the seniors division final race. We technically already have a champion. He just needs to finish tonight and not get any disqualification. Troy Dolenchek has 46 points in the bag here with the seniors division, so he's won all the races. 25 points throughout the season, so Troy Dolenchek is technically the champion already, but if he gets a disqualification with 2 drop rounds, things can go south for him very quickly. So Troy Dolenchek just needs to finish the race and he will be the yet again the online karting league champion in the seniors division. So out of the 4 seasons we've had, Troy Dolenchek has won 3 of them and came second in 1, which was the last, I think, season 2, when we had our international guys drive with us as well. John Henry Vaughan finally makes it onto the server. We did delay the start of practice, the start of qualifying by only about 5 minutes, just to get John Henry Vaughan the opportunity to get onto the track. But yeah, super excited to see what we can do at the Formula K circuit tonight. Let's just have a quick track view of this track, like an animated view. 1 second, we'll kick over to going down the start-finish straight into turn number 1, which is flat box, then into turn number 2. Gonna go down into turn number 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, all on top of each other, then into 8. Going into the hairpin, that is turn number 9, that's a passing opportunity. 10, 11, 12, next going past the plane lane, 13, and then going up into 14, 15, 16, 17. That's part of the corkscrew into turn number 18, down the start finish straight once again. What an amazing facility this is, Formula K. And as you guys can see, 19.3 meters elevation between the highest and the lowest point on the track. What an amazing facility this is, Formula K. We are currently following Jude Stewart, trying to get his last couple minutes worth of lap time in, 4/10 off the pace. Lucas Sturman leading the way in practice. Will he be able to replicate that? 18/10 is the gap between Sturman and Dolenchek. Will this be another Dolenchecking out, or does Sturman finally have Dolenchek's number for the race? Only time will tell. 2 more minutes before we start with our qualifying. Super excited to see what the boys put on offer. We've got a whole heap of the Squadra Course boys online tonight. Sebastian Diaz, Divian Naidu, and Ntiso Mabunda. And then also the Angry Racing boys here, Angry Racing Academy, all the best. Luca, William, John Henry, and Jude Stewart. Angry Racing boys for the win. As always, Angry Racing boys are up there with the pace. But will anybody be able to take it away from Dolenchek? That remains to be seen. But I'm excited nonetheless, and I'm fairly certain you guys are as well. This is round number 7, the final race of the season. This is where it's all at. Technically, unless something goes horribly wrong for Dolenchek, there will be no dethroning the champion, the king of OKLA. Here comes Mohamed Murat, another Kart Republic / Squadra Course driver, joining us at the very last moment. We are now heading into qualifying right now. I will kick us over into quali. It is quarter past, and we are going to start with this race. Right, here goes the boys out onto the track. They're all going to get out as fast as they possibly can. Lucas Sturman is There goes a card off on track there at the start. 206. 206. That is Tristan Duplessis. But Lucas Simmons going to lead the way on the field here. He's the first one to head out. Is he going to be able to post a very quick lap? It's a long lap, minute 5 a lap, so you're not going to get a lot of them in before the end of qualifying. 8, maybe 9 laps, depending on... No, probably 8 laps, realistically speaking. So the boys will have to push from the start, and unlike the juniors division, the tow is not that strong in the fixed setup for the seniors division or the KF3 carts, because they limit just about throughout the whole lap. That's the unfortunate bit about fixed setup. The gearing is horrible. It's now all about who can get onto the back of a driver and send it down the inside into a corner. The slipstream is not going to give you much. But here we go. This is the start of qualifying. Lucas Sturman will start for Angry Racing Esports, or Angry Esports. So we've got 2 drivers from the esports side and 2 drivers from the actual racing team, all part of Angry Racing. So Angry Racing and Angry Esports. Lucas Sturman, Jude Stewart are the esports boykies, and then John Henry Vaughan and William Marshall, part of their Angry Racing team. They're all part of the same camp, just run technically under a different banner, if you want to call it that. And a couple new guys as well. Tristan Duplessis joined us the last time around for his first introduction. Didn't do too great. This time around, I believe he'll have had a lot more practice. So Tristan Duplessis, Sergio dos Santos back in action. Ricardo Tibbet as well. Jono Wilson back in the mix. Great to see Jono Wilson from Extreme Racing. Here we go. First lap on the board. Lucas Sturman posts a 106 flat. Troy Dolanchik, half a tenth off the pace there. Who's next in line? Let's go to Troy. Then John Henry Vaughan, just over 4 tenths away on the pace there. 3.7 seconds away is... William Marshall didn't get a legitimate lap. Sebastian Diaz crosses the line as well. Not a legit lap. Ricardo Tibbet joining with the incorrect helmet there. Ricardo thinks he's... Ricardo seems like he thinks he's Jason Gutierrez. That will definitely get him a big warning. Dos Santos coming across the corkscrew there. He might have cut the track there a little bit. We'll see when he gets over the line. Dos Santos crosses the line and not put down a valid lap there. So the boys need to get their laps right, otherwise it won't count. So it's all about making sure you don't run over the track limits. We are very strict with those, and the track limits, if you exceed them, it will not validate your lap. Jude Stewart finishes his lap, also not a legitimate lap. Lucas Sturman did improve, but Troy Dolanchik then this time around gets the better of Lucas Sturman on their second run. Then just behind him, John Henry Vaughan, 2 tenths off the pace. Then Tristan Duplessis, 1.5 off the pace there. William Marshall gets a lap in. Again, not a legitimate lap. Sebastian Diaz, 6 tenths off the pace. Ricardo crosses the line. Again, not a legit lap. Quinton Loebscher crosses the line now as well. 4 tenths off the pace. Moves himself up into 5th place. Jono Wilson into 4th now. Naidu, 16, still not a legitimate lap there. Jason Gutierrez is currently 9 tenths off the pace there, so not great there. And then Ntiso Mabunda, still not a legitimate lap, as well as Mohamed Murat, who is driving with Ntiso's helmet as well. So the boys are now all getting into the swing of things. Going to go back down to Lucas Sturman. Is he going to be able to post a better lap? Sturman crosses the line and doesn't improve, although Troy Dolanchik improves by 1 millisecond, if I saw that correctly. Jude Stewart crosses the line now, 8 tenths off the pace still. John Henry Vaughan, 2 tenths still off the pace. What on earth was that, William Marshall? Diaz still 6 tenths off the pace. Let's have a quick look here. Jono Wilson, did he improve? Oh, Jono Wilson moves up into 1st place. Was looking for his name down the order. Jono Wilson, 4 thousandths ahead of Troy Dolenchik. Now that is an impressive lap there by Jono Wilson. Let's have a quick look at the boys here at the back now. Lucas Thurman's going to cross the line now. Is he going to improve on his lap? Look. Nope, but Troy Dolenchik, mighty lap, a 105.45. 540 rather. Fantastic lap there from Troy Dolenchik, leading the charge once again, just proving to us all why he is the OKLA champion. John Henry Vaughan 14th off the pace still. William Marshall hasn't been able to post a legitimate lap, so Marshall's still nowhere to be found. Ricardo Tibbett 1.7 off the pace still. Quinton Loubser is still in 5th place, half a second off the pace. Naidu is 16th, and then Jono Wilson is going to try and get another good lap in before the end of this qualifying. The boys are putting in the laps. But this is where it's at. It seems like Lucas Thurman hasn't been able to improve on his lap times at all. But if there is somebody that is improving lap by lap, that is Troy Dolenchik, as he's getting more comfortable with this track. Minimum practice, that I can assure you. Troy Dolenchik crosses the line once again. Lucas Thurman improves, but Dolenchik is having none of that. Improves once again. 2.5 tenths ahead of Lucas Thurman. John Henry Vaughan's now going to cross the line. Doesn't improve. And now we're going to see Sebastian Diaz. The dent. Diaz doesn't improve either. 1 second off the pace. That's a huge gap. Is Marshall going to be able to post a lap now? Once again, not a legit lap. Quinton Loubser doesn't improve. Naidu doesn't improve. Tibbett doesn't improve. But Jono Wilson doesn't improve either. So the boys are struggling to get their lap times up. Mohamed Murat, where is he currently? 3.2 seconds of the pace. Not good enough at all. Jason could see her very far down the grid. That's a lot of surprising position for Jason Kutsia to be at. Ntiyiso Mabunda, 3.8 seconds of the pace. So the two Czech Republic boys at the back there not really finding their rhythm at all. But what is surprising, or no surprise, is Dolenchik leading the way. Jude Stewart now going to cross the line for another lap. Jude Stewart does improve 2 tenths, it seems like it, but not really that big of a gap. John Henry Vaughan moves himself up into 3rd place with the improvement on his last lap. And then Diaz goes, nope, not quicker. William Marshall is now finally going to put on a legitimate lap. William Marshall crosses the line now, and no, again, Marshall's not finding his legal laps. Everybody's finishing the laps, but not improving at the moment. Ricardo Tibbett is just towing Jono Wilson along, although Wilson is much faster. Ntiyiso Mabunda did get a lap in now. Still 2 seconds off the pace, not where he wants to be. Let's have a quick look at Tristan Duplessis. Just finished his lap, didn't improve as well. We'll go back there, crossing the line now. Is Troy Dolenchik again, no improvement there. Jude Stewart, has he gone up the list here a bit more? Nope. John Henry Vaughan trying to improve once again. Nope. The boys are not getting in better laps. These are all these guys are going to get another go at it though. Sebastian Diaz moves up 1 position ahead of Jude Stewart. Now William Marshall, is he going to be able to finish his actual lap for once? Marshall once again not getting a legal lap. Quinton Loubser is still 6 tenths of the pace. Naidu just behind him. Here comes Jono Wilson once again, crosses the line, not improving. Tibbett still there at the back. Mohamed Murat. Jason Kutsia moves up a position, I see there. Here comes Ntiyiso Mabunda. All these guys are going to get 1 more lap in. Mabunda not improving there. Dos Santos as well. Here comes Lucas Thurman. He's going to be the last guy to... Well, the first of the finishers, I believe. Yeah, Sturman's going to be the first one to finish his last run. And Sturman, does he improve? He does, but only by a little. Dolenchik is calling it quits. That's the end of Dolenchik's qualifying. Now we go. John Henry Vaughan. Is he going to be able to get 2nd place in qualifying? John Henry Vaughan going to cross the line now. Has he improved? Yes, John Henry Vaughan moves himself up into 2nd place. Wow, what a qualifying there. John Henry Vaughan moves himself up into second. Where does Sebastian Diaz put his last run? Diaz is heading straight into, very dangerously goes into the pits there. William Marshall, has he finished one lap? No, he has not. Naidu gets over the line. Hasn't improved on his lap. Johnny Wilson in 4th place. Ricardo Tebet, no. Mohamed Marat, no. Jason Garcia, nope, didn't improve. Quentin Lopes in the pits. Everybody's done. Well, there's still a couple guys that haven't officially finished their laps, but I mean, everybody's going in now. So that's qualifying, guys. Exciting times. Very mega qualifying there from the boys. Very good stuff from the drivers. That was close. Not close enough for anybody behind Troy Dolenchek. 2/10 was the gap between Dolenchek, Vaughan and Sturman. Mega lap times there from Dolenchek, as we'll expect from him. He's just in a league of his own, really. But after that, it's close between John Henry Vaughan and Lucas Sturman. Only 7 milliseconds between the two. That is absolutely amazing. John Henry Vaughan leaving it for the very last lap to put in an absolute stonker, as Lucas Sturman would call it. Sturman in 3rd place. John Wilson in 4th. The Extreme Racing driver back on the grid well, he's been away for a while, but he's back here and hopefully going to enjoy the race. Quentin Lopes in 5th place. Devian Naidu 6th. Sergio Dos Santos in 7th. And then Sebastian Diaz in 8th. Jason could see a little bit out of place, in my opinion. He's in 9th. Jude Stewart in 10th. Ntiso Mabunda. 1.9 seconds off the pace. Ntiso there in 11th. Ricardo Tevet in 12th. Tristan Duplessis in 13th. Mohamed Murat in 14th. And at the back, who has not been able to put in a legitimate qualifying lap there, is William Marshall. So there at the back is quite a big gap. So the first 10 carts were all within a second, and then a huge gap between 11th and 15th. Not the greatest of qualifying for these boys, but we'll keep an eye on this. We are very, very excited for this last race. This is Online Karting League Africa Formula K Layout D. 30 seconds before the lights will start going out. This is exciting stuff. This is all about pride, though. There's technically no dethroning the Troy Dolenchek. Troy Dolenchecking out with this league. 25 points every single race, all 6 rounds before this one has been dominated by Dolenchek. The boys have started to get closer and closer, but let's see if they will be able to take at least one race off of Dolenchek, or is this going to be a complete whitewash from Troy Dolenchek? Let's hope everybody's on the grid. We are now in the start sequence. We're going to follow John Henry Vaughan with the start, so it's lights. Lights out and away we go. Dolenchek getting away well, but John Henry Vaughan going down the inside. Perfect start there. John Henry Vaughan just lifting his thumb up, saying, yeah, buddy, I got this into the first corner. But down the inside will go Dolenchek taking up first place again. Lopes moving himself. Oh, taken out. There's Lopes at the back. Moving across there over John Wilson. It seems like they clipped each other and just got taken out, unfortunately. But it is once again an unfortunate start for Masters driver Lopes. But the battle is going to be all about John Henry Vaughan, Troy Dolenchek. And then just behind him, John Wilson, Devian Naidu, Sergio Dos Santos, Sebastian Diaz, Lucas Sturman, who's lost out a lot on the start there. William Marshall, biggest gain on the start of the race. Ricardo Tevet, Jude Stewart. And then Tristan Duplessis, Jason Garcia out of position, Ntiso Mabunda, Quentin Lopes. And we're going to go back to the front challenge. Oh, I see there a spin between Devian Naidu, flips his cart and he's out of the race. Goodbye, Devian Naidu. He's going to go back to the pits and enjoy the rest of the race on the sidelines, unfortunately. We'll follow this battle up front again. John Henry Vaughan, Dolenchek. As always, when these two guys meet on track, it is close racing. It is insane. And it is absolutely excitement overload between these two drivers. Jason Garcia retired already out of the race. John Henry Vaughan is all over the back of Dolenchek. 12 laps of pure excitement on this large track. Going down the inside was John Henry Vaughan there, just giving Dolenchek a little bit of a side pod rub there, pushing him off to the side, but that won't be the last of Dolenchek, that's for sure. Let's just quickly move to the back here. Let's see what's happening here. William Marshall's up into third place already. Somehow manages to get past everybody, moving south up into third place. So Angry Racing second and third at the moment, with the Czech Republic right behind him in the form of Sebastian Diaz. The young Sebastian Diaz needs to get the better of Marshall, but will he be able to? Marshall seems like he's got all the pace to play for. Right behind him, Ricardo Tebet, Sergio dos Santos, and Jude Stewart is all over. Oh, Jude Stewart doesn't have a nose cone though. Jude Stewart lost his nose cone somewhere. Jono Wilson is far at the back here. Jono Wilson and Lucas Thurman's having a proper go at this. Wilson, Thurman. We did miss the position swap between John Henry Vaughan and Troy Dolenchek. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this will happen throughout this whole race. Amazing driving between these two drivers. First and second. Just breaking away from the pack. The gap is... Let's see if people's got time penalties. Dolenchek does have a time penalty. Dolenchek's got a 1 second time penalty. So now Dolenchek, the only way he gets ahead of John Henry Vaughan is to make sure he breaks away. Is that going to be possible from Dolenchek? A second is a big ask, but it is possible. And if anybody can do it, it will be Dolenchek. And if anybody can have a say about that, will be John Henry Vaughan. These guys are so fast. John Henry Vaughan going on the outside there. He's going to try and work his way onto the inside into second corner. Oh, he just gave Dolenchek a little bit of a nudge there. Hectic driving there. Let's just go back to the guys behind him. Marshall and Diaz trying to work together to catch on to the back of those two guys up front. Not happening at the moment. Ricardo, Jude, Luca. Oh, there's a big battle, yeah. Jude's still driving without a nose cone, but he's absolutely flying. Quentin Loebscher, Jono Wilson, Lucas Thurman. Oh, there's bumping between these boys. Down the inside goes Loebscher on Jude Stewart, pushing him out wide there. Jude Stewart losing out big. Jude Stewart will lose a lot of positions because he doesn't even have a nose cone. Down the inside goes Lucas Thurman. And Jono Wilson taking another gap to end. Quentin Loebscher fighting back there. Wilson and Loebscher side by side. Hectic driving between these guys, and now Jude Stewart with the nose cone gone is coming into play as well. Oh, a little bit of a love tap there by Wilson. Wilson and Quentin Loebscher having a proper battle. Oh no, Wilson pushing Loebscher out into the tires. And that's Loebscher out. We'll go back to the front pack where the fight is at. Dolenchek and Sturman. Dolenchek and John Henry Vaughan. Sturman's not there yet. 4 retired carts from the race now. Loebscher, Tristan Duplessis, Divya Naidu, and Jason Kutsietz. Survival of the fittest at the moment at the Formula K karting track. This is such an epic facility, and wow, it is challenging the guys. The smallest of errors will see you join the tire barriers, unfortunately. Just have a quick look at the battle here behind. Diaz now goes down the inside of Marshall, who's just trying a little bit of a cut back there. Diaz is not having any of this. Marshall tells Diaz, let's work together and catch on to the back of these guys in front. But Diaz wants to be the guy that sits in front, not behind William Marshall. So Czech Republic versus Angry Racing Kart. Diaz versus Marshall. And these two drivers race against each other in the real racing series, Rock, in the Rock South Africa series, both races OKJ. So there's a lot of on-track racing experience between these two guys. They know each other, they know how to race against each other, and let's hope they keep it nice and clean in Online Karting League Africa. But the battle up front is still bumper to bumper between these two boys. Let's see if we can do it on board. Just the onboard lap of Formula K with John Henry Vaughan. Oh no, John Henry Vaughan runs a little bit wide. This body kits all over the field, or the track rather. There's carnage up front here. What's happening here? Carts taking each other out. They're hopefully going to stay out of the way. It's two teammates that took each other out, staying out of the way of the leaders, though, at least. So thanks to these boys, Mohamed Murat and Ntisho Mabunda, staying out of the way there of the current leaders, John Henry Vaughan and Troy Dolanchek. Oh, then as we cut over to William Marshall, just gives Sebastian Diaz the biggest love tap of his life. William Marshall, good sportsmanship, slowing down, letting Diaz just get by him once again, accepting that that was not a fair pass. Well done, William Marshall. And he's definitely been learning this year. William Marshall's been on a road to self-discovery, proudly sponsored by Angry Racing. Well done, guys, and that's good sportsmanship there. Oh, now the Czech Republic boys are going to get in the way of the two, of their own teammates, unfortunately. Oh, they're getting out of the way, and they took, oh no, boys. They took out Seb Diaz and William Marshall there in the process. That is very, very unfortunate there, and horrible driving, to be honest. Jono Wilson collected Sebastian Diaz there as well. Unfortunately, I think we'll just stay with the guys that's able to keep it clean, hopefully for the rest of the race. 8 laps done. It's a long race, my word. That's a long circuit, eh? Most of the laps we've been doing throughout this whole year, it was 40 to 50 seconds a lap. This one is a good 15 seconds a lap longer than the longest other track we've been driving at. So it's a lot of work for these boys to keep concentrated all the way through. But yeah, John Henry Vaughan, Troy Dolanchek, nothing is separating these two boys at the moment. John Henry just having a little bit of a moment there on the exit of the corner there. Oh, John Henry getting all kinds of wrong down the corkscrew there. Just giving us a thumbs up saying he managed to catch the card, he's okay. But he'll probably get a time penalty for that though. 2 seconds. He missed 2 checkpoints on track there, unfortunately. That is John Henry Vaughan out of the lead contention now. Lucas Sturman has managed to find himself in 3rd place, with Jono Wilson just behind him. Then Sebastian Diaz, and then William Marshall a little bit further down. Oh, William Marshall doesn't have a nose cone, so he's going to fight Ntisho Mabunda, who's a lap down though, so Ntisho shouldn't be fighting that really. Oh, there's a lot of second-hand carts on track at the moment. Every cart we cut into has lost the nose cone so far. It seems like in Ricardo as well. Sergio dos Santos at least has his nose cone still on his cart. Now this is where it's at. Troy Dolanchek leading the way. Dolanchecking out once again with some errors on John Henry Vaughan's side. Completely his own mistakes though, from what we've seen. But let's go with the onboard lap. This is an onboard lap of Formula K with the current champion, defending champion, and a newly crowned champion, Troy Dolanchek, in the pre-final. He has been consistent throughout this year. That was an amazing, consistently clean lap from Troy Dolanchek. An onboard lap. So Ntisho Mabunda managed to get himself past William Marshall, spun out there at the back. Unfortunately, we just heard his cart bottom out there, so he had a little bit of a moment. Ntisho Mabunda, part of the Czech Republic Africa team, or Squadra Course. And he has also had a couple stints across the waters, overseas with the, I think it's a CIK FIA Academy or FIK Academy series, where Ntiso built some valuable experience racing in a European circuit. But this is the online world on Kart Racing Pro. And this is online Karting League Africa. The boys are putting down their absolute best as much as they possibly can. We are now on to the last lap, started by Troy Dolenchek. Another victory in the bag if he continues with a clean and consistent lap. Taking us home, taking himself home to another victory pre-final. One more race to go. And then Troy Dolenchek will be crowned the Online Karting League Senior Division Champion of Season 4, which means he has now officially bagged himself 3 of the 4 championships that has been handed out in the last 4 years. Absolutely amazing. This kid is so talented. He's an alien on real track, in the simulator, wherever there's a racing series. If Troy joins, most likely gonna win it. There we go, Troy Dolenchek taking the W. Then John Henry Vaughan 4 seconds down the field. Couple mistakes got him out of contention there, and then Lucas Sermon's gonna go into 3rd place, get himself right behind Troy on the start of the final. Jonah Wilson up in 4th. Then Sebastian Diaz. Ntiso Mabunda lap down. Only 10 karts finishing this race though. It's crazy. William Marshall will be in 6th after starting at the back of the pack. Then Jude Stewart will come home in 7th. Ricardo Tebbit in 8th. Sergio dos Santos in 9th place, and then the last guy, of course, is Ntiso Mabunda. And then after that, retired drivers Murat, Lopsha, Duplessis, Naidu, and Gutsia. Look at all these penalties. Oof, the boys have been pushing the limit of what is legal. Let's just have a quick look at the penalties. So you get a 1 second penalty every time you miss a checkpoint. So Troy got 1. So a couple guys got it nice and clean. John Henry Vaughan, 2 of them. Luca Sturman, John Wilson, Sebastian Diaz all kept it clean throughout that race. No time penalties. Then we've got William Marshall with 6 time penalties. Jude Stewart with only 1. Ricardo Tebbit 6 again. Sethio with 5 time penalties. Ntiso Mabunda, Sethio's got 3 time penalties. Mabunda's got 5. And then Mohamed Urat's got 9 of them. Quintaloption, no time penalties. Duplessis, no time penalties. And Naidu as well. It seems like Jason Gutsia retired from the race as well as the event. He's disconnected from the server completely. So doesn't seem like Gutsia was feeling that race at all, which is very unfortunate. We'll just wait for the race to kick over into the final. And this will be our last divisional race. I would I would manually kick this over into the final, but I think I'm going to give the guys just a minute so they can get a little bit of rest. A 17 lap final is a long way to go on this track. Right. There we go. 3 minutes. Kicks over into the final. Boys are going to get out. I believe we'll only have 14 carts on grid. Jason could see I called it quits for the evening. Just going to wait for the boys to get all on grid, and we're going to get going with the final division race of 2013. It is worth reminding everybody there's still 2 more Pro Leagues races. Oh, there goes the first disqualification. So... whoops. William Marshall just had a little bit of a moment there. I'm actually quite impressed to see 15 carts on track. Well, 14 with Jason out, considering we have stage 6 load shedding at the moment. So, yeah, thank you to all the drivers for their commitment, and the parents getting those generators up and running, the inverters and all those things. It's fantastic to see the boys. I know of a couple guys that couldn't make it due to load shedding, not having backup systems in place. So if you guys, for the international viewers, you don't know what load shedding is, rolling power cuts, or rolling blackouts if you want to call it that. It's where our power utility company decides to give us a sponsor us a candlelight dinner, and we will be without power for 2.5 to 4.5 hours, depending on which cycle you fall on. So it's very unfortunate. It has become a way of life, really, for most of us South Africans. But at least we are still able to put on a good show and get 14 carts on track. -1 here, of course. But we are super, super excited for the final race. And the Pro League next week. Rolling starts, open setup on this track will be absolutely amazing. That's if all the drivers can keep it nice and clean. Alright, all the carts are now coming to grid. Last, everybody's on there. Who didn't make it? DNS. Okay, so it's only the one person. Jason could see us out of the race. Start sequence now. This is the start of the final race. Away we go. Troy Dolenchik getting away well. John Henry Vaughan on his inside. Everybody gets away perfectly fine. It seems like it. Marshall's pushing Johnny Wilson on. Oh, there's a carnage in the background there. Saw a bunch of carts go off there, or one cart go off at the back. That is Ntiso Mabunda, unfortunately. Mohamed Murat going hard on the inside. Justin Duplessis, they're getting taken out there, and then goes Mohamed Murat running wide. Cesio dos Santos moving himself up a position there. Johnny Wilson in second now, with John Henry Vaughan moving down one position. Lucas Thurman just behind, fighting off a charging Ricardo Tebet. Going down the inside is Ricardo there. Oh, and clipped Ricardo was Lucas Thurman, but Lucas Thurman losing out the most there, to be honest. I see the 289 of Naidu off at the back there, 206 of Duplessis. Quinton Loubschiff's trying to move himself up the grid here. He's got a whole host of carts up in front of him. That's gonna want to have to keep him behind. Lopes and Diaz, these two guys need to work together to catch up to the guys in front and then start sending it down the inside. Now it's all about Sturman, Marshall trying to work together and catch on to the back of Tibbet. Seems to have a lot of pace in this final race so far. Jono Wilson just behind Troy Dolenchek. Jono Wilson's got something to say about this. Is Jono Wilson going to be able to deny Troy Dolenchek a perfect season? Is that even possible? Can somebody deny Dolenchek the perfect season? 7 rounds of victories on the cards for Dolenchek, and one person at the moment seems like he's going to have to want to say something about that and take away at least one victory. Ooh, running wide there is Dolenchek. That's not ideal. Wilson, Dolenchek. John Henry Vaughan falls off a little bit because he's made a little bit of a mistake. Oh, I see a lot of carnage at the back. What's happening there? Jude Stewart off with the nose cone again. It seems like Naidu's got a big internet issue there. Yeah, it does seem like Naidu's got issues with his internet, so... I'm just gonna kick him from the race. He's causing unnecessary carnage behind him, and we can't have that happen. Oh, guys, I just noticed my mic was muted. My humble apologies. I've been talking to myself for quite a while, I'm assuming. I unfortunately had to kick Divya Naidu off the track because of his high ping to the server. And as I was talking to myself here, I was saying that the boys need to work hard to get onto the back of Troy Dolenchek. Not easy to catch onto him. He's checking out a little bit here. 1.2 seconds is the gap now. Dolenchek breaking away. John Henry Vaughan, Jono Wilson. It's up to them to catch onto the back there. There's a little bit of a battle behind between Tibbet and Sturman. Nope, Tibbet is a lap down. So Tibbet's completely out of it, to be honest. But there's a nice battle on offer here for second place. John Henry Vaughan is now all over the back of Jono Wilson. Will he be able to get himself by? It does seem like Dolenchek is a little bit out of reach. Oh, going down the inside hard was John Henry Vaughan. Just a little bit of a love tap there. It seems like it. Forcing Jono Wilson to run a little bit wide. Wilson does seem like he's going to try and come back at this. Mohamed Murat is just about a lap down. John Henry Vaughan, Jono Wilson trying to catch. John Henry Vaughan's got a time penalty as well, so Vaughan not in second place at the moment due to a time penalty. So that's unfortunate there, but Vaughan is still going to try and be second on track at least. 7 laps done. Long race to go. Not even halfway, so it's a very, very, very interesting race. And what I was saying earlier, I really can't wait for heats to be officially added into Kart Racing Pro, which means we can run A final, B finals, proper racing. In my opinion, much better than running a pre-final and a final. And the laps will remain the same amount, which should be cool. Yeah, now Jono Wilson is now caught onto the back of John Henry Vaughan now. So is he going to send it down into the second corner really? This first corner is flat box. Oh, and he takes John Henry Vaughan out of the race. Oh, nice catch there. John Henry Vaughan just did a little bit of a wall rub there and came back onto the track. Luckily, Vaughan managed to get back onto the track there, but you will most likely see an unfortunate penalty there to Jono Wilson for taking out another driver, which is very unfortunate. The better thing to do here, in my opinion, is just to move over to the side of the road, hand back the position, and fight for it once again. That doesn't seem like that is what Wilson's going to do, which means he will most likely face a big penalty if John Henry puts in the penalty or the incident review request, which I'm fairly certain he will. John Henry Vaughan is now going to try and catch on to the back of Lucas Thurman. Just behind him, I see a nice battle between Marshall and Quinten Loubser. Quinten Loubser has moved himself up the field a little bit. Marshall running mega wide there. That's not ideal line through there, William Marshall. Quinten Loubser just quietly going about his business. The only Masters driver tonight, Mark Pollard, missing out the race due to load shedding, which is unfortunate. Troy Dolenchek catching onto the back of a back marker there who's for some reason fighting him. Oh, he lifted his hand there. Mo Murat is... No, man. What is he doing? Just kicked him off there. Sorry, guys. We're not allowed people to drive like that. But now Troy Dolenchek needs to catch on to the back of Jono Wilson on his own here. Very unfortunate because Troy Dolenchek was leading the way with no problems at all until he got taken out by a back marker for literally no reason. Troy's got 7 laps, 1.8 seconds is the gap though. I assume we are now seeing a raging Troy Dolenchek on charge. Sturman and Vaughan also having a proper go at this. Oh, Troy's caught up to the back of Jono Wilson quite quickly though. Let's check the gap over the line. The gap is 1.8 seconds. Now it is 1.3 because there's a 1 second time penalty. So Troy Dolanchek needs to pass Jono Wilson as well as build a 1 second gap, which is going to be a big ask. And then just behind him, we do see Lucas Sturman and John Henry Vaughan fighting it out. But I'm going to just keep an eye on this battle. Dolanchek versus Jono Wilson. Setting it on the inside is Dolanchek. Will Wilson try and fight back at this one? Wilson is going to stay behind Dolanchek as it stands. Hopefully not take him out. Keep it nice and clean, Wilson. And Dolanchek. And then Sturman is at the moment still hanging on to third place. .17, so Dolanchek still needs to build a little bit of a gap. 5 more laps to go for Dolanchek to build that gap. John Henry Vaughan has a lot of time penalties behind Sturman, so Sturman's kind of secure as it stands. All we are doing now is watching the timing sheet. Is Dolanchek going to be able to light it up? Mabunda's 4 laps down. Jeez. Sergio Dos Santos also out of the race. So there's a lot of retired carts. Survival of the fittest as it stands. A daunting track this is. Formula K. Full concentration all the way through. The boys are losing concentration. Flipping the carts. Making accidents. Getting stuck. But Dolanchek is leading the charge. Building and building 3 more 10C requires, 3.5 more 10C requires to be safe from Jono Wilson. Jono Wilson obviously most likely going to receive a penalty for that takeout he got on John Henry Vaughan, but we'll leave that for the stewards to review post-race. All right, Ntiso Mabunda is trying to keep out of the way there. Thank you, Ntiso. Keeping out of the way there. I think a lot of the guys have network issues with all this load shedding we've been seeing. John Henry Vaughan is ahead of Lucas Sturman, so I'm not sure what I missed there. I just want to see what the gap is. Crossing the line now. Troy Dolanchek still doesn't have enough to break away. Did he get another time penalty? No, he didn't. So Troy Dolanchek still leading the way on track, but because of a 1 second time penalty, Jono Wilson is hanging on for dear life. 3 more laps to go. Will Jono Wilson be able to take one away? That remains to be seen, I suppose. Half a second is the gap. We are nearing the end of the race now. 3 more laps to go, or 2 more laps to go. That is Dolanchek running wide there again. Seems to be running very wide on the exit there. Dolanchek gonna cross the line again now. 0.485 is the gap. Okay, 2.5 tenths now. So Dolanchek breaking away by a little bit. But does he have enough in the tank remaining to get ahead on that time penalty? Two more laps and then we will know exactly what's happening. What I am seeing is the cart of 214. John Henry Vaughan catching onto the back now as well. John Henry Vaughan putting in some quick laps, trying to catch Jono Wilson, but it's a bit far away still, and he's got a lot of time penalties. Right, now let's see what the line 0.249 is the gap. And now we've got Troy Dolenchek now officially leads the way with half a tenth. Half a tenth is the gap now that Dolenchek's built. Even with his 1 second penalty, he has managed to get ahead and pull away a little bit after being taken out by a back marker. Two more laps to go. Troy Dolenchek still leading the way, but right behind him is where the juicy bit is starting to build up. John Henry Vaughan is catching bit by bit. He is right behind Jono Wilson, but he does have time penalties though, but I'm fairly certain he's going to want to do the on-field charge and get himself up into second place. Half a second is the gap now between Dolenchek and Jono Wilson after the time penalty. So last lap now, and John Henry Vaughan is all over the back. Oh, Jono Wilson made a bit of a mistake there. Oh, and clipped. Clipped there was Jono Wilson by John Henry Vaughan, which will take him off of podium contention and put Lucas Sturman in third place rather. Oh, mayhem on the last lap. Mayhem on the last lap. Troy Dolenchek going to finish the race in first place. John Henry Vaughan just clipped the back of Jono Wilson there. And that will put John Henry Vaughan in second place, clearly pending a incident review there. And then the same, Lucas Sturman moves himself up into third place. Lucky there by Lucas Sturman. Jono Wilson unfortunately gets dropped fourth place. Quinton Loubser in fifth. And then Sebastian Diaz right behind him. And then the last remaining driver on track that is not 10 laps behind is Jude Stewart. But guys, a victory lap there for Troy Dolenchek. Troy Dolenchek winning the championship with an absolute whitewash. He has managed to take victory after victory after victory, start to finish. Is Troy Dolenchek winning the league with 7 races in a row. All the races that were raced this year was won by Troy Dolenchek in the finals. So from my side, and OKLA, congratulations to our season 4 winner or champion in the divisional races. And that is Troy Dolenchek. Of course, there's still one more race to go, and that is, or 2 more races, and that's the Pro League. I'm just going to go back into the game quickly, open up the server. It crashes at the end of the race. It's a bug that we are well aware of. But it is one of those things. We're just going to go to Formula K there. Let's log back in quickly, and we'll do the quick post-race interviews. Lucas Sturman, John Henry Vaughan, and Troy Dolenchek. But like I said, congratulations to Troy Dolenchek on a fantastic championship. What we'll do is we'll just move it over here because this looks beautiful, doesn't it? This plane, OKLA, all on display. We'll pull in Lucas Sturman into the commentary box first. Welcome, Lucas Sturman. 3rd place for you in the final there. I would say a little bit lucky after an unfortunate incident last lap between Jono Wilson and John Henry Vaughan. Nonetheless, you were there. you were close enough to get yourself up into third place. Talk us through your race and your evening.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. I think tonight it was quite. I felt quite good with the track. I've been putting quite a bit of laps together with myself and Seb. So both of us were really quick, and quali went all right. I kind of wanted to be a bit closer to Troy. But yeah, I just think the race itself, it was quite bit carnage. I think there were a lot of. I got taken out in the pre-final. I don't know. I really don't want to start naming out people, but yeah, it was just got a bit chaos, and I just made. Luckily, I got myself up to P3 at the end for the pre-final, and yeah, for the finals, well, also got a bit pushed wide, and yeah, I was just sitting in third and fourth, and yeah, I just think that also felt bad for Seb as well. I think Seb, deserved to be much up there with us, and but anyways, I think maybe luck. I got very lucky. So yeah, so I managed to so far P3. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not really happy with how things went. But anyways, we'll take it. So yeah, thanks again for hosting the league. So yeah.
Well, look, if my calculations are correct, you are second in the championship. All you needed to do was stay ahead of Seb. So congratulations, well done. You had a consistent season. You were very competitive, and we hope to see you. Well, we still have some Pro League races to do, but we hope to see you next year for the divisional races as well.
Yeah, definitely will be. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate it.
Great, thank you. All right, so we will pull in John Henry Vaughan. John Henry Vaughan, a second place on track. I'm assuming there will be a couple of incident requests between yourself and Jono. Unfortunately, a couple of unfortunate scuffles between the two of you, but your pace overall was pretty good. Tonight, second place on track at the moment. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, thanks, Shan. It was an awesome season so far, so thanks for that. This being the last round. Me and Troy had a lack of dice in the pre-final there, but unfortunately, I think my wheel's giving way now. So I made a few mistakes, and in the final there, Jono pushed me wide into turn one, but after that, I put my head down and just tried to chase him down. Fortunately, I got to him on the last lap. I'm not sure what happened between us there, but overall, it was an awesome race.
Yeah, from our side, congratulations. Good pace. We hope to see you back. There's still a Pro League race, 2 Pro League races to race. So hopefully next week and the week after, you'll be available to join in on that. But from a divisional perspective, I know you missed most of the season. But thank you for joining in. Your pace has been great. We hope to see you for some more racing.
Cool. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, here we go. The next man into the commentary box, and our divisional champion once again, Troy Dolenchek. It has been a clean slate of victories for you. Nobody has been able to compete with you. It got very dodgy at the tail end of or halfway through the race with an unfortunate incident with a back marker there. But you managed to pull it through. You managed to put in another, exceptional race. That's another victory, 7 out of 7 for you in the divisional races. Yeah, from my side, congratulations. Talk us through your evening.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this evening.
I think Troy's got a horrible mic there.
Hello.
Hi. Yes.
I need your upgraded Logitech. I think I'm just really happy with how it went. I think we had a really good pace, and I was really happy with that. And I think it was probably one of the best tracks we've driven on the season. Really, really difficult to learn in the beginning, and then as you start getting through it, it's a really cool track to get into a groove. So that was really enjoyable in itself. And then obviously the 2 races were quite challenging. The pre-final, John Henry and I had a really awesome dice, and really enjoyed that. And then from there, I think obviously I won that the pre-final. Then in the final, it was a bit more challenging, especially like you said in the middle of the race, losing the lead there and picking up a penalty. So I had to pass Jono again and then pull a gap. So yeah, it was really challenging, but really enjoyed it. And obviously the part of it made it fun for the evening.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, another clean slate for you. You had to work for this last one, but you managed to pull it through in any case. So that makes you 3 senior division championships out of 4 that you could have possibly gotten. So well done. Hope to see you. Well, you'll hopefully drive the last 2 Pro League races, and then we hope to see you again next year for what promises to be a very exciting new season with some changes to what the Pro League offers. And yeah. Or from our OKLA side, again, congratulations, Troy. You are the 2023 champion for the seniors division.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the work you guys do behind the scenes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, that is it. Closing thoughts from my side. Epic divisional season. The last race, there was a lot of argy-bargy. Unfortunately, the boys might have lost a lot of their concentration. It was a very daunting track. It's such a mega facility to be racing at. And maybe it was one too many for a lot of the guys. But from my side, it was a fantastic season for the division races. Yes, Troy ran away with it, but it wasn't always his way. He had to work a lot of the times. You know, some back markers coming into play. Some of the boys rocking up and really bringing the race to Troy. So it was a fantastic season. We'll be heading out to Troy in the next couple of days to give him his Logitech goodies that was proudly sponsored by Logitech G South Africa. So big shout out to that organization, Logitech, for handing out such fantastic goodies. And we will see you guys next week for another race. That will be the Pro League open setup, rolling starts, group qualifying. It will be epic. We will see you next week. That's it from my side. Bye-bye.